Marketing That Works is the podcast for business owners who want to move their brand forward so that they can bring in more sales and clients. I'm Danielle Harris, and I'm bringing you what I know from more than 12 years of experience in traditional and online marketing. I have created marketing strategies for businesses of all sizes, from multi-million-dollar corporations to early-stage online businesses. Remember, some marketers chase fads. I believe in mastering the fundamentals. You have been lied to. You have been convinced that you can only sell your offers by making big promises with big dollar signs or perfect endings. And that narrative around overpromising is keeping you from seeing the actual powerful results you are getting your clients. Today, we are dismantling the belief that you need a grandiose promise to sell. I'll share how it's hurting you and what you can do to own the promises you can keep, because what you can deliver is good enough. First, what is overpromising? It's when you exaggerate or stretch the result a client can expect to get while working with you. It's like making $100,000 in 2 days. We see this becoming more and more common because business owners perceive more competition in their space. And when you start seeing big name coaches push for bigger and bigger promises, you think that the only way that you can compete in business is to do the same thing. Overpromising also tends to come from this inaccurate belief that people will only buy programs that promise huge monetary returns or 100% solutions to their problems. And while money is a great result, there are a lot of different results that your dream clients want. Making or saving money isn't the only thing that sells. And overpromising comes from this movement to look more like experts, because a lot of early business owners feel like imposters or feel like they aren't good enough. The advice is to swing the pendulum to the complete opposite direction by claiming that you know everything and are capable of delivering everything. And it's because of that thought that nobody would buy otherwise. All of this overpromising is common, but it's hurtful, and I'm going to break down why. To help break down how overpromising is hurting you and your business, let's bring back our good friend Monica, my hypothetical client example from earlier in this season. If you remember from episode 3, she's a money coach for women of color, and she's trying to sell a new group program that promises participants that they can pay off $10,000 worth of student loans in the first 30 days. She chose this promise because in the past, she's helped multiple one-on-one clients pay off student loan debt over the course of a year, and she recently helped a one-on-one client accomplish the goal of $10,000 paid in 30 days. She feels like she has the frameworks and the tools to teach debt payoff. She knows that the idea of $10K in 30 days is sexy and feels like it's the best way to get someone to buy, rather than saying, pay off your student loan debts in a year. So she launched the first round of her program with the big promise, pay off $10K in 30 days. She gets 10 people to enroll, and they are all excited to get started. They are ready. However, 20 or so days into the program, several clients noticed that despite following the curriculum really well and attending all the sessions, they are nowhere close to 10K paid off. Monica starts to realize that the promise wasn't realistic for the people in her group and that there were some key elements missing from her selection process. When reevaluating her promise, though, she starts saying, well, it's because you didn't have an emergency savings account before starting, and this strategy is really best for people making more than $70,000 and who don't have kids. All of which may be true, but it also means that she was way overpromised. Now, what does this create with the clients inside her program? There were still, of course, some who were like, yeah, okay, whatever, I can still make the most out of this program. But there will still be a good number of clients who will feel cheated and start not to trust Monica. If they don't achieve the promised outcome in the promised time frame, they might start to doubt Monica's ability to get any results for them after all. They may become suspicious of her advice and doubtful of how capable they are inside of this container, which could also sabotage their results overall. Plus, even if they do start seeing results, their perception of their results is now still skewed because the original 30-day promise wasn't achieved. For Monica, ultimately, those 10 people in this round of the program 8 of those paid off way more than $10,000 of student loan debt, but it took them much longer than 30 days. When friends asked them about the program and whether they should join the next round, they couldn't give a confident referral. Clearly, we can see how overpromising from the client's perspective hurts, but there are also some internal battles that overpromising created for Monica. When Monica went to relaunch the program, this overpromising only made her imposter syndrome worse and made it harder for her to believe in her program. She knew that the right tools were inside the program and that it could really help people, but there were a lot of stipulations, and the buts around the $10K paid off in 30 days promise. Monica started subconsciously self-sabotaging her program. She started avoiding her marketing, procrastinating on it more and more. Monica was in a bind. She was convinced that it was the sexy promise that sold her offers. This meant that she felt as if what she was selling wasn't good, and she kind of felt deceitful. By the time she finished that launch, she felt exhausted and didn't feel proud of the people she attracted because she felt out of integrity, and it was a loop she wasn't sure how to get out of. Overpromising not only hurt the trust she had with her clients, it lowered their confidence in referring her, but also it lowered the trust and confidence she had in herself. So, what can you and Monica do to stop overpromising? Instead of overpromising, I want you to set clear and realistic expectations for yourself and your clients. For Monica, she can in fact help people pay off $10K in student loan debt. However, setting clear and realistic expectations would have looked like telling her audience what types of things need to be in place to get the desired results. For Monica's framework, having an emergency fund is foundational. So to get out of the overpromising, her marketing needs to say that. Setting clear and realistic expectations makes sure that everyone is on the same page about what is going to happen. When clients have grounded expectations around what is feasible for them in your program, they can come in mentally prepared. This can then reduce the feelings of shame and feelings of mistrust. Now, I want you to base your promise on your consistent results and not the one-time miracles. Monica knows that her framework can work for anyone, but she got so excited that someone paid off $10,000 in 30 days inside her one-on-one package that she based her whole program promise on what just one client did. What Monica can do to stay in integrity is giving a baseline. She knows that most people who work with her pay off $10,000 in about a year. She can go back to her records and see what happens for the majority of people. And her marketing can talk about why that's the norm. She can talk about all the factors that make this happen faster or slower, like income, or if they have a partner, or if they have dependents. We love telling the stories of what's possible. I tell my clients all the time to share what is possible. The person who paid off $100,000 in debt in a year, the person who dropped the baby weight in a few months, but is that the exception or the rule? I want you to tell the stories of the results most people get. Be honest about what you can provide and what your average client can expect. What do 99% of your clients walk away with? And then I know what's going to happen. You're going to think that these results aren't good enough. Monica wanted to promise $10,000 in 30 days because it sounded sexy and seemed like the best way to get people to buy. But she could have asked all the clients that she helped pay off $10,000 in 1 year if they are happy with the results that they got. How has paying off that debt changed them? And what doing this can do for both Monica and you is see how the results you can get 99% of the folks is already exciting. We often think that something is too small to be excited about. A year is too long. That number is too low. But when we spend time understanding how that one result can be so impactful to a client, your marketing and how you talk about your program instantly changes. And then the marketing around your results becomes really exciting, and your audience will be excited too about that same result. We've been trained to think that the overpromised results are the only results people will be happy with. But you have clients that are happy with what you've been able to provide with them right now. And when you share that almost everyone who works with you get these results, there is going to be a level of trust that you're building. There are people that might not have ever believed that those overpromised results were something that they could ever achieve. But your results, grounded in your evidence and actual client experiences, will be enough for someone to want to sign up to work with you. And this all begins with knowing what's in your wheelhouse. What results are you confident in and can actually get your client? This means making use of your background and past experiences. This means embracing all that you can do. Monica knew that she could get results, and she had the proof of her past clients to back her up. She had her framework that worked, but she, like many others, let overpromising get in her head. Getting most of her clients to pay off $10,000 in student loan debt in 30 days is not something she can promise, at least right now. But she could promise and feel a lot more in integrity by having people to pay off $10,000 in a year. When I work with my clients, this is one of the very first things we work on, understanding what results your clients want and what you as the business owner can actually deliver. I ask my clients, what did the clients that you currently have right now ask for when they started working with you? What did they say their main problem was? And what were the things that they were so excited about having achieved after working with you? And we go through this client by client. We look at calls, we look at notes, we look at recordings. We find patterns and connections between what they most wanted and needed and what they were able to walk away with after having worked with you. So, for example, you might think your ideal client wants to have a 10K launch. They want to have a certain amount of followers. They want to go viral. So you promise all of that. But really, they want to feel more confident. They want to feel like their voice doesn't shake so much when they go to record a story. They want to feel like they could say yes to a public speaking event. You'll see that you don't actually need to overpromise. You simply need to talk about the results you've been able to get to the people that you work with. My goal is to help you see your offer through your ideal client's eyes and what problems you are uniquely equipped to help them with. This is how an offer promise, crafted in integrity, is created. I had one client in particular who didn't think what she was promising was good enough. As a business coach, she was very much aware what other business coaches were promising. She wanted to help the people that she worked with get their very first 4-figure client. So I asked her, what's so great about that promise? Why would someone be excited for their first or next 4-figure client? And then she proceeded to break down all of the reasons why hitting that milestone is so important. I mean, she went down point by point what hitting that does. And as she was explaining, she was really able to see it from her client's perspective, why a promise, one that she thought wasn't good, is actually life-changing. And she was able to come to this conclusion because of the work she did with her own clients. As she spent time working and being in community with her ideal clients, she was able to see what they needed. And that was the proof that she needed that this was exactly what her ideal clients needed to have. Yes, all of her clients wanted to quit their jobs and build big businesses, but she was able to make a promise she knew she could deliver on and share how that milestone of hitting your first or next 4-figure client is the best step to go on that path. Setting clear and realistic expectations of what's going to happen and what it will take to get you there is what clients want. Not an overpromise that they are unsure if they will actually ever get to that. They want to know that the results you promise are not the one-time miracle promise, but the norm, something that everyone gets by working with you. But most importantly, what you promise needs to be something in your wheelhouse, something that you know you can do based on your own past experiences. Overpromising and not being able to deliver hurts you as a business owner, and it causes harm to your clients. But it doesn't need to happen when you are tuned in to your clients and what they actually need and how you can deliver that. One of my favorite things is helping my clients realize what promises they can make that they are fully backed by their own evidence to deliver on. In my one-on-one messaging program, The Blueprint, I help you create messaging that gets clients excited about an offer you know you can deliver on. We'll go through all of your past results to create marketing that showcases the proven results you've gotten before, making your audience ready to work with you. During this 3-month program, you'll get weekly support with leveraging your story, integrating it into your marketing, and feedback on how to make your marketing start to attract more dream clients. Head to the show notes and book a call to get started working with me. On this call, we'll talk about how you can start creating marketing that speaks directly to your dream clients using your story and results you've gotten for others. Okay, y'all. I'll talk to you next time. If you want more marketing that works right in your inbox, head to the show notes and sign up for the email list. You'll be the first to know how you can work with me on mastering your marketing.